What's happening? What's cracking, lagging, what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your February 2020 love tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? Keep in mind these messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That's the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, though, let's get into it, man. So, cards are jumping right out the bat, man. I saw kind of a Ten of Swords revealed to me, as well as a Page of Swords. So there could be somebody from your past keeping a close eye on you, just randomly coming through. But nonetheless, though, a lot of random messages coming through. It does seem very chatty. There also, during this time, for some of you Virgos, there may be a lot of overthinking being done. So you could be in a state where you feel kind of lost in your mind. If you're kind of going through that state now, that state should be passing the closer we move towards the spring equinox. Now, I know that's not great to hear because in the winter months tend to be a lot more depressing. The winter months also have crazy kind of astrological influences all the time. But the moment we move into that spring energy, we're going to feel a big shift. You know, a lot of people are like, man, 2020 has been crazy. It has been crazy so far. You know, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant as he just passed away yesterday, as well as with his beautiful daughter. That was a very intense moment that we've experienced so far in 2020. So I do want to pay my respects to the family, as well as Kobe and his daughter. But it's been fucking crazy, you know? 2020 just started. It's been barely a month or almost a month in, and just so much has happened. And it's like, when you're in the winter months, there's always kind of this depressing energy that tends to taunt everybody, and there's always just some crazy shit going on in the stars, and it really makes us think, you know? So you may be going through a bit. I do feel like there's a lot of emotional chatter within the mind for some of you Virgos, and if there is, you know, I think you'll be in a space where everything's gonna calm down a little bit. You know, it's kind of one of those situations where I feel like you gotta go through kind of the tough shit in order to get to a more mellow space. And also, I was just now coming to the recognition as well, Kobe was a Virgo, you know, he was a Virgo. So, you know, rest in peace, man, rest in peace. But nonetheless, Virgo, let's get into it. Let's not leave it on a super sad note, and let's dive on in. So what messages do we got coming through for Virgo here? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. Messages for Team Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. Messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. Okay, Virgo, let's go ahead and see what messages we got coming through for you. Virgo, energy between you and another person. You got a 3 of Wands, can be connecting with a fire sign here, Aries, Sag, or Leo. You got here a 9 of Wands, you got a Queen of Swords, and as for the outcome, you got a 4 of Swords. So, you can be connecting possibly with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and a fire sign as well, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Based on the current situation that I'm seeing for some of you Virgos, I definitely feel like you're kind of in a place where you have been holding in so much emotional it's just that you've been holding in so much emotions to the point where it's starting to get really, like, it's starting to get gunky, you know? For example, if you leave oil in your oil pan in your car, it's going to get to the point where that oil is no longer usable, and it gets really gunky, really gross, really messy, and that's kind of what's happening with your system. It's happening with your mind, you know, but your mind, body, and soul. Like, I kind of feel like you're in a place right now, Virgo, where all of the emotional gunk that you've been holding on to has just been repeatedly building up more and more and more and more, and there hasn't been a release. You know, and when that stuff doesn't get released, it tends to cause more tension. There may be Virgos out here where this is manifesting in the physical. So if there's any Virgos over here that have been experiencing massive anxiety, followed through with physical anxiety symptoms, panic attacks, if you've been experiencing muscle tension and random aches every now and then in your body, this is like a sign that your body's telling you that there's a lot of emotional issues that need to be released. So if you're experiencing any of those physical symptoms, you know, the root cause is always something emotional. So if any of you guys are going through that currently, you know, feel free to take a deeper look within, and then you'll figure out what it is exactly that's triggering these symptoms. And once you get to the root, and you change the root, you know, everything will be fine. In regards to the Queen of Swords energy, though, I feel, Virgo, that you've been in a place where you've been shutting yourself down emotionally for quite some time. You know, the Queen of Swords is like, yeah, I'm just on some dumb shit. You know, it's not really that big of a deal. It's like you talking down your problems. So for example, somebody asks you, hey, are you okay? You instantly hit them with the I'm fine. And you're not fine, you know? You're not fine, right, Virgo? You sit there and you tell somebody, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fucking good. I'm fantastic. I'm keeping it motherfucking popping, baby. But like, you're not, you know? And when you are going through some shit and keeping it all to yourself, you start to downplay your own feelings. And honestly, as for the outcome that's present for Swords, this is why you're all up in your mind. But we gotta meditate through this shit, Virgo. We can't block it out, okay? Because the Three of Wands is waiting for the sun. You know? You're like, where's the happiness, man? This month just started. 2020 started. It's been a hellstorm. Where's the happiness shining all on in? But with the Four of Swords, in order to access that happiness, you have to go within, right? And that's where things get tricky, because you don't really want to confront your emotional baggage, but at the same time, it's like if you don't, it's only going to keep making more gunk. And the more gunk that comes, the more your body tends to overload, and then eventually there's going to be some form of release that either comes out in a massive panic attack, a massive stress attack. It can come out and manifest in many different physical forms. So, you know, we got to stay on top of our emotional health here this month, which I feel is one of the main messages for Virgo. Now, usually these are love readings. I haven't really seen much come up in the love sector just yet. I'm seeing a lot going on with you and your own personal ascension. I do feel strongly that this reading is most likely going to resonate to your personal ascension. Of course, we'll take a dip into your love life in a little bit, but for the meantime, I do think emotional maintenance is much needed this month, okay? Clarifying the Nine of Wands, what is Virgo really keeping to themselves here? What's going on with the Virgos? What are they holding on to or holding in throughout February 2020? What do we got? What do we got? We got the Three of Swords, baby. Whoo. Ooh, we got the Three of Swords. And I know a lot of people don't like that vibe, man. You see a Three of Swords and you're like, shit, that's some pain, man. The Three of Swords is pain. You're holding in a lot of pain. And it's like, that's what I feel, is like you're downplaying your pain as if it's not important enough to release or to talk to somebody about. But at the same time, it's affecting you. So of course it's important, you know? So there's a lot of pain over here, Virgo, that you're holding on to. And you're like, oh yeah, it's not important, but it's important, you know? Clarifying the Queen of Swords, why is Virgo downplaying their own feelings? What do we got? Why is Virgo downplaying their own feelings? And we got a Queen of Pentacles. Uh-oh, that's why. So you're downplaying your feelings because you feel like you have to be strong for everybody. You're downplaying your feelings because you feel as if you have to be the individual who can take care of everybody else. You know, you put yourself behind and you take care of everybody else, right? So you're that type of person where it's like, you want to hold everybody down, you want to make everybody feel good, you want to give everybody some good ass energy, but like when it comes to yourself, it's like you kind of keep yourself in lack. And at the end of the day, that's a beautiful thing, right? It's a very beautiful thing when we can take care of people as much as we can, where we can show people a lot of love and benefit their life with eternal gratitude and love and happiness. That's awesome. But at some point, though, you got to come back to you, right? Because remember, you're the source. You're your own source in your own universe. You are your own beautiful energy and your own beautiful vibration. You are your own creation. And when you start giving all your energy away, what's left for you? Because how does your energy replenish if it's consistently being given away, right? Because you have to invest. It's like investing in stocks and investing in, you know, your money into things. You can't throw all your money into a business and not get that money back. Otherwise, there was never no growth. So in regards to your energy, it's the same way. It's always an exchange. If you're helping people, spreading love, happiness, and joy, stability, whatever it is that you're doing in other people's lives, you got to make sure that you're saving that energy to replenish yourself, and as well as to work on yourself, because that's important as well. You know, I believe that everybody has to take care of themselves so that they can take care of other people. And if you're not taking care of yourself, then you get to a place where you get overloaded with stress, and then there has to get this buildup of release that I think you guys really need, okay? I almost feel like the title of this video, Virgo, should be A Good Cry is Needed. I almost feel like a good cry is needed, okay? So I feel like a lot of you guys just have a lot on your plate. Could be in regards to work. Maybe you guys work in some sort of job where you kind of have to suck up your emotions. I mean, kind of all jobs are like that, where you gotta like leave your emotional shit at home and come to work and put on a smile. You know, it'd be like that. It really do be like that sometimes. So you might be in a place where it's like, You kind of have to put all your problems behind and work really hard to support the family, support yourself. It may be other instances where you have people to take care of. Maybe you have people you just have to take care of right now and you feel like you can't take care of yourself. Maybe you got kids you got to take care of right now and you have to put them first. And it's totally understandable, all right? So I do feel like you're in that place where it's like, fuck, you got a lot of pain, but you're holding it in because it's like, I got a lot of pain, but I got a lot of responsibilities. So the difference here is that you have to kind of find a way where you can get the ultimate balance, because I'm feeling that you really need your balance this month, Virgo. You have to find a way to put some time and schedule some time in for yourself. Even if it's an hour a day, even if it's 30 minutes a day, right? Whatever it is that you can get in every day to help rejuvenate you and make you feel more balanced and bring some more peace and tranquility into your life is going to benefit you a lot more moving forward into the month of February, okay? So, there kind of has to be some sort of constructed plan here to bring more time for you, okay? To bring some more Virgo time to your life, all right? Moving forward, though, last but not least, clarifying this Four of Swords, what is the outcome here representing? We got a Chariot, boom, and we got a Hermit, my Virgos. Yeah, popping through. You might be a Virgo with a Cancer moon, though, but there's some Cancerian energy either in you or around you, whatever it is. So as I mentioned previously, right? With the outcome being present, the Four of Swords is talking about instead of having to avoid your problems, you have to understand your problems. You have to analyze your problems. You have to analyze them from the root, and you have to have a release and change the root into something positive. So with the Chariot card here to the Hermit card, I feel like you're trying this month to stop running away from your problems. I think you're recognizing that you've had a lot of stress built up. You've had a lot of shit built up. You've had a lot of gunk built up. You're like, all right, I need a big release. I think you've recognized that for this month. So I think you're doing your best to get some self-work in so that you may release a lot of the stuff that's been happening in your life, okay? And a lot of the stress you're holding on to so you can overall feel better, not even just mentally or, spiritually, physically too. Because when you are in a place where you take care of emotional maintenance, your physical representation, what you're feeling on a physical level is going to feel much better, moving forward too, okay? But nonetheless, though, that I guess would be the first part of the reading, because normally readings don't go like this, but the first part of the reading here, Virgo, yeah, emotional maintenance. Stay on top of that shit moving throughout the month of February 2020, okay? Now, going into Virgo's love life, let's take a look here. First card's you, second who you're dealing with, third card, the outcome, and then we'll get into the normal shindig of the read, okay? What's going on with Virgo's love life, please? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. What's going on with Virgo's love life, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. What do we got? Virgo, energy between you and another person, okay? You got here a Lover's card, strong connection between you and a certain individual. You have a Five of Swords, okay? Person you're dealing with is the Three of Pentacles, and the outcome here is the Ten of Wands. So there is a little bit of trouble in paradise when it does come towards your love life. From what I'm seeing currently here, it's a part of like your ascension, It's a part of your ascension. I almost feel like the connection you're currently dealing with is definitely a very intense one, but at the same time, it's a connection you need to walk away from because you're giving yourself too much to something that you know isn't good for you. And I feel like it's getting to a place, Virgo, where no matter how much love you may have for a certain person, you're recognizing with the Five of Swords that you need to walk away from it in order to preserve yourself and jump into a space of self-preservation. The person you're dealing with here, Three of Pentacles, someone here is trying to build a better foundation with you. They're trying to keep you around. They don't want you to go. But with the Ten of Wands, you feel very burdened by whatever relationship you were recently in, whether it was a friendship, a personal romantic relationship, or whether it was family. There's some sort of relationship that you feel that you need to walk away from, whether you have resentments towards them, whether you need to focus on yourself, whether you're just genuinely unhappy, right? And you have to kind of build your life first. Sometimes you have to learn how to love yourself before you can love anybody else. You can be in a lot of those situations. There's a big month for you. This is a big month for you in February because you're going through a lot of personal transformations and you're recognizing a lot of problems that haven't been addressed. There's a lot of shit from within that's coming up for you, Virgo, that you're like, fuck, I never realized this. And now it's hitting me all at once. And there's so much stuff that I have to dig deep into. There's so much stuff that I have to clear. And there's so much I have to release in order to get to a place that I would consider happy, right? So you're just kind of being very overwhelmed this month, by all the stuff that's happening. You know, I feel like with the Nine of Cups to the Four of Pentacles, part of you is ready to release everything that you've gone through, but the Four of Pentacles is you holding back because there's just so much on an emotional level that you are not willing to let go of, and there's so many other things that you are willing to let go of, but it feels like you're just in a space where life's really confusing right now. And what you're feeling every day is very confusing. It's almost like every day you're waking up in February and you're like, whoa, like, every day is a new type of vibe, you know? Monday was good, Tuesday was terrible, Wednesday I was fucking emotional, Friday I was pissed for no reason. It was just like, what is good, right? There's just so much weird energy that's consistently shifting. And as I mentioned the word before, it's a part of your ascension. And you're like, whoa, well, what is ascension? Ascension is when you're rising spiritually. It's when you are, not even just necessarily applied to spirituality, but it's when you're rising mentally, physically, spiritually. When you are, you know, your vibration is changing. You are being guided and directed towards a better, becoming a better version of yourself and, you know, having a better life, right? So when you're ascending, you're getting out of the current circumstances you're in, which is at a much lower vibration, and you are ascending to a much higher vibration, i.e. a better life, better circumstances, everything around you is good. So when people go through ascension, things usually have to get very worse. Things usually get rough. A lot of shit comes up that we have to deal with. And once we deal with that, it lets our life navigate into a much more beautiful place. Because if you guys notice, right, sometimes you have to really like if you let problems go, they build up over time. If you start to knock them out one by one, take a look at yourself, analyze yourself, reconstruct yourself, you start to feel happier as a person because all the weight that's been on your shoulders starts to be released. With no release, there's no chance for happiness because the more stuff we hold in, the more lower our vibration hinders, the more lower it goes down. What is your vibration? Your vibration's your energy, your essence, your soul being, where you're at on a certain level. High vibration, when you're in a high vibration, you're living in, I was gonna say hell, but you're living in heaven. Right? At a high vibration, people consider that heaven. At a low vibration, people consider that hell. When you're at a high vibration, you are happy and content with your life. You are living in peace and tranquility. You are happy and present to the life that's surrounding you. You are manifesting beautiful and great things, you know? When you're at a medium vibration, life's all right. I'm vibing, doing my thing. When you're at a low vibration, I hate my life. You're suicidal, you don't want to be here, everything that's going on around you seems to be going into shambles. You see what I'm saying? So when we're in ascension, we're essentially just shifting our vibration higher, you know? So I feel like there's just a lot of clearing that has to be done here. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come up on an emotional level during February, and as you're clearing through this, your vibration's raising higher as you're getting rid of the dead weight that's been holding you down. So all of the pain that you just held in, Virgo, for a massive amount of times, it could have even been pain that you've held in since 2019, is starting to be released. Okay? Now, in regards to your love situation here, let's get back into that. Clarify the Five of Swords. Why is Virgo walking away from whoever they dealt with? King of Cups. Because you know your worth on an emotional level. You know your worth. And you know that your love is something that's so special and fantastic and magical. And you know that your love is meant to be, spent on someone that reciprocates it, that appreciates it. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Why is Virgo's person over here trying to work on things? What do we got? We got a Five of Wands and a Queen of Wands. Yeah. So you're coming to a space, Virgo, where you're recognizing you're not meshing very well with your partner. With the Five of Wands to the Queen of Wands here, you're not meshing well with somebody. The way that they act around you is almost very disrespectful. It's almost as if they have no regard for your emotions. And I think that that was a big trigger for you, where you felt like you were not being respected on an emotional level. It was almost like whoever this was you were connecting with, Virgo, they were disrespecting how you felt. They weren't really understanding you. They weren't understanding you. They weren't trying to get what you're going through. That might even be this Queen of Swords energy that came through, where it was like, this person may have invalidated your feelings to the point where you started invalidating your own feelings because they influenced you that way. They projected that onto you. So for some, that could have happened in your partnership or family member or friend, whatever it resonates to. So I think you're in a place where your environment influenced you, because it seems like whoever this person was, I'm hearing a mother for some. This could be a mom. But whoever influenced you here, Virgo, they made you feel like your feelings weren't valid, so you started invalidating your own feelings. That may have been the root to why things have started to be bottled up. This shit could have been trauma since you were a child. You may have had parents that were insensitive or people around you who were very insensitive. And it got to a place where it was like, I can feel what I feel. Like, you need to get to that fucking place, Virgo, where it's like, I feel what I feel. It does not matter what you think. It does not matter what you want to think. I know what I'm going through. I know how I feel about certain situations, certain circumstances. I know what's going on with my life because it's my life. You got to get to that place where you take back control of your own life and you block out the opinions and negative ass energies that people want to send towards you. You got to block out those fucking opinions, man. Because the moment you allow people to influence you is the moment where you allow people to dictate your life versus you being in control of it. Right? Right. So, you know, this influence could have came from that. Could have been a projection. And, you know, that could have happened that way. But there's just this massive realization and trigger this month where it's like, I can't keep bottling up my feelings. And I feel it, Virgo. I'm very empathic. And, like, as I've been doing this reading the whole time, right in my chest, there's a heaviness there. There's a heaviness there being ready to be released, right in that heart chakra. There is a huge heaviness being ready to be released. Like, a good cry is so needed. A good cry is so needed this month, Virgo. I feel it. You know, I feel it. And you're tired of being invalidated, you know? So whatever your current situation is, you're walking away from somebody because you felt like they consistently invalidated you. Clarifying the Ten of Wands. What do we got here? We got a Hangman card and we got an Ace of Cups. Absolutely. You know what though, Virgo? Give me 1 second. Drop the card. Absolutely. You know, with the Ten of Wands, you can't put up with this anymore. And with the Hangman card to the Ace of Cups, it's like, do you want to be stuck forever consistently feeling like your feelings are invalid, like you're not worthy to feel the way you feel, or that you're doing something wrong 24/7? Or do you want to have love and respect for yourself and not give a fuck about what anybody else thinks? You chose the love, and you're choosing the love here in February. You know, you're choosing to love and respect and honor who you are and take care of yourself and get on top of your emotional maintenance because you're tired of other people dictating your life as if they are playing the role, as if they're controlling you. You know, people only got control if you let them control you. You ain't letting that shit slide no more. Okay? So from what I'm seeing overall, Virgo, whoever this person is, you needed to cut out of your life. Very controlling kind of energy. And you're very happy that that you're coming to this ending with them. You know, with the Lover's card there, the Lover's card doesn't have to represent being in love with somebody. The Lover's card represents a strong connection where you can love somebody but cannot stand them at the same time. You know, you can love somebody who's unhealthy for you. You can love somebody and genuinely care for somebody so much because there are great aspects to certain people and terrible aspects to them as well. You know, some people have great characteristics and then at the same time they have the worst characteristics that you cannot be with or resonate with any longer. So you may care about this person who is involved in your life and maybe they thought they were doing you a service, but you were taking back control of your life by any means necessary. And that even means if you have to cut out a specific person who you feel has been making too many calls in your own life, you have to do that. You know, you have to do that. Okay? Moving forward, how is Virgo's person over here going to feel once Virgo walks away during February 2020, please? What do we got? 5 of Cups, King of Wands, 6 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and the Fool card. So your person here is going to convince you to stay. Same with that 3 of Pentacles energy that I pulled earlier. With the 3 of Pentacles, right, I said that someone here is convincing you to stay. 5 of Cups, King of Wands, and the 6 of Cups. At first, Virgo, your person's not going to take you seriously. And once again, I have to point it out, and I'm sorry. It probably gets annoying. You're probably tired of me saying it. But your friend, family member, or lover, whoever it is you're walking away from. And if you're not walking away from nobody in this reading, don't resonate, Virgo. It ain't your reading, okay? So, 5 of Cups, King of Wands, 6 of Cups. At first, they're not going to take you seriously. Like when you say I'm walking away, they're not taking that serious for 1 second. And then when they start to realize, oh shit, like Virgo's not fucking around, like they're really walking away from me, this is where they try to influence you to stay again. The Fool card all the way to the 8 of Wands, okay? Aries energy here. They want you to stay. They want you to take a chance on them. They don't want you to go. They want you to venture into the unknown with them. They want you to stick around. We can talk this through. We can have a conversation, you know? And of course, that's all going to be up to your discernment on what you want to do about it. But I can say your person over here isn't going to react very lightly to you walking away from them. Now, how is Virgo going to feel when they walk away from this person and situation throughout February 2020? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout February 2020, what do we got? We have a Hierophant card here. we got a Two of Pentacles, we got a High Priestess, and we have an Ace of Wands. So there's this inner gut feeling that you have to be committed to it, okay? It's all in or all or nothing. It's all or nothing is the situation that I'm seeing here, okay? You have here High Priestess, Two of Pentacles, and then the Hierophant card. So with all these energies aligned, you know that you can't play cat and mouse with this person. You know that you can't be on the fence with them. There's just this inner gut feeling with the High Priestess that you have to have some alone time. You have to separate yourself from this individual in order for your own self-growth, okay? So you're going to be feeling that gut feeling, and you want to follow your gut this month. So with the High Priestess card here, if you're feeling that you need to take time off from this person and be 100% committed to that, you need to follow through with that commitment, because you're recognizing that if you play cat and mouse with them, they still have influence over your energy. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here so far. I think that you know that you're making a decision that's right for you, and even though it may be a hard decision to cut someone out, you're doing it because you need it for your growth, you need it for your release, you need some time right now to really take back the direction of your own life, and it's very significant. Okay, moving forward in these energies, the Tower card, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Absolutely, the Tower card's representing your ascension, Scorpionic energy, but with the Tower card being present, it's recognizing that you need the Tower, you need your life to break. Sometimes your life just needs to fall in order for you to rebuild with a brand new foundation, with a brand new, beautiful, constructed plan on how you're going to move forward, right? Because this has been a huge reading, Virgo. There's a lot of shit going on here. You know, there's stuff about your past that's coming up that you need to confront, heal, and release. There's stuff going on in your current energies with the person over here who seems to be invalidating how you feel, not really being there for you, not really being someone who is understanding of what you're going through, and it's starting to project to you to make you feel that you shouldn't even validate your own self. You're in a space where, you know, there's a lot of stress where it's getting to the point where you feel like all these kind of physical symptoms, or you may feel like you're off all the time, or you feel like your energy is never just right. You don't feel consistently happy. It's just like at the end of the day, like the vibe's just really weird. It's like you're ready to give up in 2020, all this stuff. It's overwhelming. There's just a lot happening. And that's the Tower for you, okay? And there's going to be a lot happening here. There's going to be a lot. But we need this Tower to break, fall, and crumble so we can rebuild it new. Seven of Pentacles here. It's time to invest your time into becoming your best version, your greatest version. You drop the person over here, whether it's your husband, your baby daddy, your mom, your sister, your cousin, you know, your fucking best friend, whatever. You drop it, whoever that is, that had some sort of influence in your life in a negative way. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. It's time to start fresh, Virgo. It's time to get yourself back into a balance where you feel comfortable. You're not going to be giving all your energy away to everybody else. It's time to kind of divert yourself back to making sure your system is balanced, right? Because remember, as I mentioned previously in the reading, there may be a select few of you or a majority of you Virgos who are giving so much energy to everyone else and not enough to you. So you're recentering and regrounding yourself to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And then you can take care of others, okay? So there's a lot coming up, and a lot of it is emotional, and a lot of it is in the feelings, and a lot of it's ugly, and a lot of it's not fun. You know, there may be a bunch of Virgos that are fucking triggered by this reading and hate me, and you might be, but that's okay, because you know, when you're triggered, that means that there's something there that needs to be healed. So if I can trigger you, that's fantastic news. I mean, I'll take the backfall, right? I'm the messenger, but I'll take the backlash. But I think it's very important this month. It's a fucking super important message, is to just be on top of your emotional maintenance. To be on top of what you're feeling, to understand the roots of why you're feeling certain ways, to take a look at who's influencing you in your day-to-day life, to take a look at how much energy you're deriving and giving back to yourself rather than pushing out to other people, you know, getting into a more healthier mindset, and reconstructing a plan to ground yourself and create a better foundation for your future. You're going through this ascension, and as things around you appear to be crumbling, the universe is making room for nothing but blessings to be manifesting in your life for your greater of good. So I want everybody to know, when you think that you're going through the roughest and craziest and hardest of times, the universe is doing you a fucking service. When shit gets real, it's really good for you. You think right now in this moment it's horrible, but the universe is planning something so fucking crazy, the most giant curveball you never expect, and some beautiful shit is gonna be born and manifested into this world. You know, it really will be. And people think and believe that, like, you know, when you're going through some shit, oh, my life just sucks, you know, I guess I deserve to be here. I guess I'm worthy of a shitty life. Take that negative self-talk somewhere else, you know? Be ready for this ascension. Be ready to have some difficult times, but be ready to endure the pain. Be ready to go through with it. Be ready to understand yourself and go within and, get to the root of all the problems. And to really be on top of your game, Virgo, because the moment you do that, the baggage comes off your shoulders. You can take a deep breath, you can smile, you can relax, and you can start fresh. And starting fresh is such a beautiful feeling. It's a fucking fantastic feeling, You can start fresh. And when you get to that place, man, that's when the true healing begins. The Temperance at the bottom of the deck. That's when your true healing begins. The moment where you let go of all the stress and clutter, you can relax, you can heal, you can keep focusing on your journey, and things will turn up for you. I know that sometimes it's got to get ugly. I know that sometimes it can feel like the ugly lasts forever, but beautiful things will manifest. Don't overthink this situation, Virgo, all right? And do not, under any circumstances, be afraid to reach out for any sort of help, too. I need to make that known. Remember how in the beginning of the reading, I was touching basis on this person over here. They probably, invalidated your feelings. That may have made you scared to burden other people with your problems, right? Don't be scared. If you have good people in your life who are willing to listen to you, and at the end of the day, you don't need to ever take anybody's advice. Keep that in mind. You don't got to take nobody's advice. But if there are people out there who are willing to listen to you, that are genuinely good people in your life that you can trust, don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to open up. Open up with confidence. 9 of Pentacles. Okay? Don't be afraid to talk to other people about your issues and what you're going through. If there's someone that can help, let them help. At the same time, it's going to be a lot for you to do on your own. You got a lot of work to do during this month. But if there's people that are at your benefit that will help and listen to you and help kind of restore that balance that you need, allow them to. Okay? So don't be afraid. Like I said, the last person over here that you're walking away from, they may have invalidated your feelings, but there are people out there that genuinely care about you. And I want you to, really be aware of that, Nonetheless, though, as for the outcome between you and your person over here, after you walk away from them, what's the outcome? What do we got? Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and then the Magician. Virgo, this person's going to really keep shining. I'm just letting you know they're persistent, bro. Okay? With the Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Magician card, Virgo energy here, as you've kind of disappeared and made it clear that you need time to focus on yourself, the person over here is going to keep on with the communication. It almost feels like this individual is not going to leave you alone. And that's kind of shitty because it's like they can't even respect your boundaries, And you want your boundary respected. I feel like they are still in a place where their ego just can't see that you have shit to address and deal with that you need to do. Like your person over here doesn't see that. And I think that was always the biggest issue, is that the reason why they invalidated your feelings is because they didn't even recognize them in the first place. And I think that that's what's so shitty, because this person just doesn't see you and doesn't see your struggle and doesn't see what you go through. And I want you to know right here and right now, you're validated. You are validated by me. You are validated and you are worthy of a beautiful and fantastic life. And this person still can't see it. They'll be texting you. They'll be hitting you up. They'll be trying to be like, come back, Virgo boo, I miss you, whatever. Let them do their thing, You got a lot of stuff to focus on and reconstructing your life. Everything's going to be all right. Now, to close off this reading, what is the outcome for Virgo's February 2020, please? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. What is Virgo's overall outcome? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. What is Virgo's overall outcome? What do we got, baby? 10 of Cups! Woo! A 10 of Cups to a 7 of Cups. I like it. I like it a lot. Opportunities will beckon for you, my friends, okay? First things first, with the 10 of Cups, you're finding emotional fulfillment. That was the key this month to be working on, and you will do it, Virgo. You definitely will. Emotional fulfillment is here. You're going to be happy. You're getting rid of that emotional baggage. You're really working on yourself. You're really clearing out what's affecting your energy in a negative light. And it's beautiful. And it's beautiful. And you're going to physically feel lighter. You're going to physically feel better. And now opportunities are going to start to manifest in your life, because when you're at a high vibration, beautiful opportunities just manifest into your life with ease. right? When you believe that you're worthy of beautiful things come. When you believe that you can do anything in this world, your belief in yourself attracts beautiful opportunities in your life too, right? So over here, Virgo, with the 7 of Cups paired with the 10 of Cups, that's good, because what is 10 minus 7? It's the 3 of Cups. And what is that? It's a celebration, baby. What is the 3 of Cups? Let's hear that again. It's a celebration, baby, okay? The 3 of Cups is a very celebratory, motherfucking beautiful card. And it's a good energy, man. And with the 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups, all coming out here, all the cups, it's emotional fulfillment. You're going to be feeling good. Now, you know, a number of you may be like, damn, February sounds like a rough fucking month. Maybe so. But, hey, can't we afford 1 month of going through it and getting our shit together and then a bunch, some great more months for the rest of 2020? You know, we get through the shit now. We bang out February. We get motivated to make our lives better and improve ourselves as much as we possibly can. And then, boom, man, it's a piece of cake moving forward from February, man. Just gliding through 2020, all right? With a much more better attitude towards it, right? Now, of course, there's going to be some more shit happening in 2020. There's going to be more crazy astrological influences that are going to shock us and trigger us and make us feel some type of way. But when we get through the really core, deep shit that we have to deal with during this month, it's going to be a piece of cake. So, man, 10 of Cups to the 7 of Cups, that creates the 3-2. Emotional fulfillment all across the board, man. You guys are going to be happy. You guys are taking care of yourselves. And, for those of you that do, you'll be there. Of course, everybody's got free will. There might be a number of you Virgos that stay in certain situations and that, don't want to make the switch in your life because you don't feel worthy. And, like, at the end of the day, the only person that can choose who is worthy in their life is yourself. Nobody else can choose that for you. Only you can choose that yourself. So I know there may be a number of you here who still suffer. And at the end of the day, it's a tough lesson to learn that in order to stop suffering, you have to start to bring back that control in your life and that balance in your life. And you have to do it on your own sometimes. And I know that that's a struggle for some. And it's okay because, like, if at the end of the day, you will have that experience. Some of you guys, this reading might not resonate in February. This may hit harder in April. This may hit in June. This may have hit in 2019, and you just needed a reminder to stay on top of your game. Readings are timeless. But for whoever this helps, I really hope it does. And I'm very appreciative of this reading. And I'm happy for your ascension, dude. It's a rough time, but it's a beautiful thing. Because you come out of it a fucking warrior. You come out of it happier, healthier, and you come out of it ready to build yourself a more magnificent life that you can imagine, So nonetheless, Virgo, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that it's 37 minutes long. We went really long here today. I do apologize. I'm usually never the type to go past 22, 23 minutes, so I do apologize for that. But nonetheless, guys, enjoy your month. Best of luck to you. There's a lot of work to do, but you guys will get through it. And yeah, man, have an awesome month. And, 2020, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's been rough. It's been rough for sure, on a collective level, including myself, but we got this shit. All right, let's roll through this month with ease. And if you're staying on top of your shit, Virgo, just pointing this out, if you're staying on top of your shit, you're not looking at a depressing month or a month of hell. If you're doing what you need to do, you're gonna be fine. But if you're like just letting things slip, bottling your emotions up still, and not wanting to, analyze yourself and work through what you need to, then it could be a month of hell. But if you're doing the work, piece of cake too. Okay? All right, Virgo, I love you guys. Have an awesome, fantastic, and amazing rest of February. And I will catch you guys for your mid-monthlies. And then we'll be moving forward out of this month. I love you guys. Take care and have an awesome one. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.